Hello, Emery and Henry. I'm Kevin Anzenberger, and welcome to the Sports Interview. My guest here today is a person aspiring the same goals I am off of the court. To be a sports broadcaster for ESPN is Andrew McClung's final goal. He is seated beside me today to talk about not only his broadcasting goals, but his time on the tennis court and how it is a small stepping stone towards achieving that goal. Andrew, I appreciate you being on the Island set with me today.
Oh, it's not a problem.
Yeah, and before I get into your mass communications career that you're going to aspire to here at Emery and Henry, I want to talk about the tennis team. This past weekend, we just had a tough set of matches against Milligan College. If you could just give our viewers a recap of that weekend.
Oh, well, we only have 5 people on the team right now, so we started the match down 0-2, and there's only a total of 9 points you can get altogether. So that kind of hurt us in the end, I guess. And so then everybody else lost. 1 and 2 doubles lost, and then 1 through 5 singles all lost.
Okay,
So we lost.
Was Milligan College?
Yeah.
So in NAIA school, the competition is probably a little higher than that of Division III.
Yeah, because they're all given scholarships, so they have a lot more money to give than Division III.
Okay, and I understand not only did we lose a coach, but we lost a couple of players from the fall season. How is that due to the psyche of a team?
Well, it kind of hurt us because we didn't lose our coach about early February. So we thought we had a coach going into the season. Didn't really get to start practice the very first day. We had to wait about a week and a half before we actually started practice, before they could actually get a coach and everything. And once they named the coach, his background check had to go through, and then we still couldn't start practice yet. So I guess not having a week and a half in practice kind of hurt us too. And then losing the players like me and another freshman have had to step up earlier in the season to where we would have been about 6 or 7, to where I'm now playing number 3 and he's playing number 4.
Yeah, and how many players was it exactly that we lost?
We started the year with 10, and now we were down to 5.
And that was all quitting, transferring, a mixture of those?
Mix of both.
Okay, now introduce us to the new coach of the Emery men's tennis.
His name is Steve Brooks. He's got a ton of D1 experience. He's coached at Tennessee, played at Carson Newman, never lost a conference match in all 4 years of playing, and was actually ranked number 8 in doubles in NAIA.
Okay, and it is about to be spring break. I understand we're going to Hilton Head. What's on the schedule in Hilton Head?
Well, Saturday we'll get there. We'll just have some free time. Might go out to eat, go shop and stuff like that. Go on the beach. It's supposed to be pretty nice weather, but not the nice weather where you want to go get in the ocean and everything. And so we'll practice Sunday, have a little more free time. Play Monday, have a little bit more free time that night. Practice Tuesday, free time Tuesday, and then play another game Wednesday, and then leave Thursday.
Okay, and I've talked to James Watson-Dare, the newest member of your team, and I understand it's got to be weird acclimating to a new teammate in the middle of the season, going from fall to spring play now. How has that transition been accommodating to James Watson-Dare on the team now?
Well, we're happy to have him, especially if we didn't have him, we'd start out every single match, even lower in the score. And just the coach is willing to work with anybody that will give all their effort to try to learn how to play tennis.
Okay, and you mentioned before the interview the patience that Coach has. Just talk to that, and not only with a new player like that, but to players like yourself, going from, he was a very established player at Carson Newman.
Yeah, he was one of the most well-known players at Carson Newman, and I think he was the only American on the team too, and he was the best out of all of them in doubles. So he knows what he's doing, and not just me, but we have our number 1 the other day. He was struggling serving, couldn't really get a serve with topspin, which is a little bit of kick when the ball hits the court. And he spent about 5 minutes trying to learn that, and the coach could tell he was getting frustrated. And the coach spent about 15 minutes. 15 minutes later, he sent the ball in perfectly fine.
All right. Well, now let's talk about your mass communication goals and what you got going on campus. How are you involved in the broadcasting community here at Emery and Henry College?
I write for the White Topper. I do sports broadcasting on WHC for basketball, and then do halftime interviews with each player of the men's, women's basketball team. And then you and me have our own show, Kay and Drew, in the afternoon on the radio.
Yeah, nothing wrong with shouting out Kay and Drew here on EHCTV, but I want to talk about what are your final goals as a broadcaster. You're only a freshman, so you got the whole world in front of you.
Hopefully, I want to get on to ESPN one day, but I'm just to be able to call sports on like for any game professionally or be on Sports Center as one of the anchors would be an awesome experience.
Do you find any parallels between playing a sport here on the campus of Emory and Henry College and also reporting sports for Emory and Henry College?
I guess it's kind of weird because you know how that player feels sometimes, like trying to like bundle all the homework, classes, practices, games, and just balancing it all together and just knowing what they can go through at the same time as you.
So it must be a lot easier to empathize with the student athlete when you're reporting on the student athlete.
Yeah, when you talk to players like that are just got back from like a late night and then they go to their 8 a.m. class the next morning, like you can tell they're tired, but they'll still go to practice at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and they're still willing to give all their effort to play.
And who is it on ESPN that inspired you? Who do you aspire to be most like on ESPN?
Well, I really like Scott Van Pelt, and he's got his own Sports Center show right now at 12 o'clock at night, and just for him, and just knowing that like he's the elite. Like I want to be known as one of the elite broadcasters one day for sports.
All right, so Andrew McClung, what if I was to sit here and tell you that the competition to be a sports broadcaster is incredibly high? And some people might say, why hire a guy like Andrew McClung when I can get a Charles Barkley or a Jalen Rose who have actually played the sport professionally? What would you say to a comment like that?
I mean, sure, they played professionally, but I mean, like players like you, me, like we have the same love of the game as them. Why not give those people the same opportunity?
Absolutely. That does it for our time here. It's a great answer. Something that I agree with.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not going to the NBA, but last thing, how's the tennis team going to finish? Where do you see us in the ODAC?
I see us finishing towards middle of the pack. It's going to be a tough season, but we can work through it.
Absolutely. Well, I wish you guys the best of luck. I wish you the best of luck on the tennis court and in the broadcasting career as well. Emory and Henry, that is Andrew McClung. I am Kevin Anzenberger. That does it for our sports interview. I'll now send it over to Nathan Fischel with the sports update.